fun.
It
I don't get entertained there.
Mimi.
Music video
I have
like kushaona dini.
Ati kama una rasta.
Sasa nyinyi ndio wale wa kusikiza juu ya Big Set.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 4th episode of the Breakdown Podcast. I go by the name Felix Onyango and I have my G here.
I go by the name Edwin Umamuga. Do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, and all that.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we got a special guest for you. She is a force. She is a reggae lover and a host. She's a journalist. And don't forget, she's a sign language interpreter. Ladies and gentlemen, Pinky is in the house. Pinky, how are you doing?
I'm very much fine.
Let me start by saying thank you for honoring our invite. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us in the Breakdown Podcast. Yeah, I much appreciate.
So pleasure.
Okay, I also appreciate you calling me to be with you today.
Yeah.
And I'm much glad to share with you this
Yeah.
table.
I hope all I have mentioned, there's none I've left behind.
No, they are all correct. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we want to look at the life behind the hands of a sign language interpreter. Pinky, how is life? How are things? How have you been? It's long since we talked, by the way. You promised you'll join us in the Breakdown Podcast, but today here you are.
Yeah.
How are things?
Things are just fine.
Yeah.
Though it's not that much fine. I can't say it's 100% fine.
Yeah.
Because not every... All of us, we can say we are 100% fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we just cope with it.
You could just copy this.
Yeah,
I can see you doing this. We've started, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, I'm used to using my hands.
Yeah.
So anytime I talk, you see me
I
also joining my hands to
I sign
communicate.
language interpretation.
Sign language interpretation, like what is it all about
Yeah.
or something?
In general.
Okay, sign language interpretation, actually sign language.
Yeah.
It's just like any other language.
Yeah.
We have different languages. We have the Swahili language, we have the English, and also we have those other, the French, Latin, yeah. So sign language is this language that is used by the deaf community to communicate. As you understand, the deaf are these people, they don't hear.
Yeah.
And some, the deaf and dumb, some cannot hear and also they cannot talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is sign language. It's a language used to communicate with the deaf community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why sign language?
Why sign language? You know, like this is science, the use of science. In science, we have different ways where you can communicate. We have the facial expression where you can nod your head and then someone will understand whatever you're saying.
Yeah.
If you do this, the person will say yes, right?
Okay.
Or if you do this, the person will, it's a no, okay? Yeah. So the sign language is where we use our hands to communicate. Just as the way the regular people or the normal people can communicate using their speech, right? Yeah. So the deaf community, they use the sign language to communicate.
What
Like to
motivated you? Who
express
motivated?
themselves.
What's behind this?
Okay, the person behind this, I just had a passion to doing this thing. First, you know, when you are growing, people have different dreams.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For example, Edwin here, maybe when when he was going to school, he had a dream of being a doctor or maybe a pilot, which is normal. But so when, as the way things goes, you divert. So me personally, I had this dream of becoming a nurse. Yeah, but things happened. Then as time goes, I said, no, I need to divert to another thing.
Yeah.
So diverting to another thing, that came when I was doing the course thing, when you're applying for the courses.
Yeah.
So I said, like, okay, I normally see people, those who are in the box there. Yeah. By that time, I never knew their sign language interpreters. Yeah. So I just thought, like, how can I be there? You see?
Yeah.
So the passion I had, and also I used to see people who are deaf and then they communicate using their hands.
Yeah.
So I got that interest of knowing this language.
Yeah.
And being with these people, like the deaf community. So I just asked myself, okay, what am I supposed to do this?
Yeah.
Whatever these people are doing hapo kwa kona ya TV.
Mm.
So when I was applying, I just decided to apply the special needs education.
Yes.
So special needs education, special needs education, we learned a lot of these special people. So you find that you learn about the autistic, you learn about the hearing impaired, you learn about the visually impaired, and some other areas. So when you're doing this, you have to specify which one are you going to work with. So my side being that my interest was on working with the sign language,
Yeah.
so I chose the hearing impaired. Yeah. So that's how I've been growing into
You wanted to
this.
help the hearing impaired.
So when it comes to this course, there's a time unapata ni wazazi ndio wanalazimisha watoto wao kufanya course fulani. Is it something that you just decided that this is what you want to do, or it's the parents who say that you should do so?
Okay, by my side, I think that time I was just told look for something else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I did my application, what I was called for, it was tourism and hospitality management.
Yeah.
So tourism and hospitality management, so my dad never liked it. So he just told me like, look for another thing. Then you apply for it, then you do it. So on that process, I decided to do the special needs education. So it was mine.
So was it because you never get the grade of doing the nurse, or?
No, the nurse thing I diverted when I was still in high school.
Before you do the exams, right?
Yeah, in high school,
What happened?
the nurse thing, there's so many things, hospital. And then when you're doing these courses, you have to mix it with chemistry and biology.
Yeah.
Chemistry and biology has never been my thing. So I said I don't want any relationship with chemistry and biology in my future life. Yeah. So that's where I diverted. Because when we were being picked for the campus, I was called for tourism and hospitality management. That was the letter I received. So doing the bachelor's in tourism and hospitality management, my dad was not in for it.
Yeah.
So I had to look for another course.
So you never regretted this?
I never regretted this. I've never regretted.
Pinky,
Yes.
as you said, you host. You are a journalist also by profession. You do sign language in TVs. How has it been with the TV side? If you compare doing it on TV and doing it physically, how is it? How do you see it?
Okay, on TV, I can say with TV, you'll get to engage with many people, like as compared to the event things. Huh?
Yeah.
Like on TV, maybe there are many people who are watching TV. A million, maybe.
Yeah.
A million people watching TV. They are watching you. But as you compare with the other events, maybe around 50, 20, 100 or something. But, lakini unapata kwa TV ni wale watu wengi. So ukiwa unaonekana na watu wengi, you are gaining that confidence. Yeah.
How was the first experience on TV? If you can compare the first experience on TV and the first experience being physically present, doing the sign language interpretation. Let's say, for example, in an event. The first experience. Take us back.
Okay, back then, as I was growing this thing, when you talk of the events or maybe meetings, at first I never had that confidence of being in front of people. I was that shy girl.
Of which you will come?
I became it,
Okay.
I never had that confidence.
Yeah.
My first time actually, I had that fear.
Yeah.
Like, uko mbele ya watu but una tremble, una shiver. Ile fear iko ndani yako. Because unasema like, am I doing the right thing or not? Yeah. So, sikuwa na confidence sana.
That is on
On active events.
an event, now on TV.
On TV also, I also
The
had
first
that,
day now you are told,
First day.
Pinky, you are going to do this, and we are doing this. It's now news. You are doing this. It's you. How was it?
On TV, I can say nilikuwa na tension.
Mm.
I had that tension, like, okay, a million people are watching me.
Yeah.
What will they say? And the other interpreters are also, maybe they might come across any of these videos or clips that I'm also there as the interpreter.
Yeah.
What will be the feedback?
Yeah.
So there was that tension.
So you are caring about the feedback or how people are going to see you?
I was caring about the feedback because your first time in something, you are not like, you don't have confidence in yourself. Yeah. So I had that. What will be the feedback? And actually, I was not that much negative voice on the feedbacks because with the feedback is when you know where you are.
Yeah.
It helps you to measure yourself. Yeah.
All right. Do you got something for her?
Okay, ukiniuliza sorry, how do people view the sign language in the society? Watu wanakuonaje now that you're doing the sign language?
Okay, in the society, people see this is something interesting because not everybody can communicate with the deaf people. So when they say you're using your hands to communicate with people, they see it is interesting because this is something not anybody can understand, but you understand it. Yeah. So it's with people outside there, they take it positively. Yeah. They have that interest of knowing it. Yeah.
Okay. So back in the society, sometimes you see people vary in how they understand their local dialects. How do you find it?
The variations.
Yeah.
So the variations, it comes in whereby maybe we have different signs. There are some things maybe in Nyanza, Western, Central, they have different signs. So that's where the signs have the variations.
Yeah. And
also another thing, the challenge is also whereby maybe you are having a meeting maybe in Kakamega, and those are Western people. So maybe they use their language, watatumia Kiluya, and me I'm a Luo. So when mtu akitumia Kiluya, you'll not be able to interpret whatever the person is
so how
talking
do you do that?
about.
How do you?
So with that, you just have to go silent because you don't understand it. But with Kijaluo, Kiswahili, and English, I don't have problem with it. Yeah. So there's always that variation. The Central people, there's a sign which is different from the other people and the Western people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kuna hawa watu who give birth to people who cannot, the deaf. And then if there are people like in the society, the neighbors, they're talking bad about these children. What can you say about it?
Like those people who talk about...
They talk ill about the family, penye huyu mtu mwenye haziongea yuko. Yeah.
Okay, so whatever I can tell these people, like, let us not neglect these people. Let us not make them feel isolated. They need that encouragement. They need that empowerment. And also, with that, they can also have that motivation to take care of their kid. And then another thing, there's no need of isolating another person because he's having a certain disability. Because these are things which can find you anytime, any day. Maybe sometimes now you can be talking, but you never know what's in front. Yeah. Now you can be talking, tomorrow you'll not be talking. So this is something that can find you anywhere, anytime. So let us not isolate them. We take good care of them, and we take them as any other person. Yeah.
Have you ever find yourself interpreting something you don't understand? Not that you don't understand it, but you just want the audience at least to see you that you're doing something. You want to impress the audience now. You don't want to go quiet as you said before. So have you ever find yourself interpreting something you don't understand?
Like something I don't understand in language-wise, or maybe the term.
The term, language-wise, maybe mtu ameongeza ka tamu janini, lakini umejipata umetranslate ndio watu wasikuone umenyamaza tu.
Okay, so with that, what we normally do, there are these sometimes which are zinakwanga complex. So you just find, if you are understanding the term, you just bring something close to it. Yeah, the way you understand it, then you give out the message to the.
Have you ever find yourself doing such?
Yeah. I have.
How was the feeling
You know,
now?
there are some
sit
people,
back?
more so when you are in Kisumu, you just know the European people, the European people with English. Yeah. So when I normally find myself in that situation, I just figure out this term, it means this. So this is the closest thing. This is the closest sign for that thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
In a situation whereby a person is deaf, lakini hakuenda shule akafundishwa the sign and all that, because unapata kuna familia zingine wakiwa na mtu ambaye hawezi ongea, pengine wanaogopa kumtoa nje ama kumpeleka shule. So this person is deaf, they cannot communicate. Wewe you know that like you are learned, you know the signs, and this person cannot understand. What do you do about that?
Okay, you know, we normally have these natural signs. So for those people who have not visited school, they have the natural signs. For this person, we normally say that maybe if you meet a deaf person today, you know you are not able to communicate to them. You can use writing, or you use writing to communicate, right? Yes. But with this person, mwenye agenda shule, as we said, we use the natural signs. Like maybe you'll touch the thing, maybe the person will point, then you see it's pointing maybe the cup. You take the cup, you give the person, or maybe it's pointing something. Yeah, they just use the natural signs. Yeah.
How do you find it with the like now you've talked about the doing it on TV and doing it physically? Which one do you enjoy most?
The one I enjoy most is the physical one in events. Yeah.
Why?
In events you'll get to meet different words. Yeah, zile za kigeni, so with that and then it makes you to challenge yourself. Cause ukiwa pale mbele ya watu pia inanisaidia, like I'm gaining that confidence daily. Yeah.
Okay. But with the TV?
With the TV one, yes, it's enjoyable, but not.
But you find the
field one is much better than the TV.
Okay. And then sign language, majorly, it needs concentration. A lot of concentration. Sometimes you find using your hands, ear, everything is alert. But there are events which you can attend that goes for hours.
Yeah.
Of course, we understand fatigue must be there, stress, the pressure. How do you overcome this?
So normally we sign language interpreters, when we are going for events, rule number 1, you must be 2 or 3. It depends with the events. So there are these events where you can be 2, and the other one you can be more than 3.
What of
so for to reduce that fatigue, with might find someone. So you'll have to be 2 or 3. Yeah, it's automatically advisable for that.
So not one person can't.
One person can do an event maybe for 2 hours or something.
Ukichoka ni hivyo, unajitoa kidogo, unajipea break.
Yeah, unajitoa, mwingine anaingia maybe 30 minutes, the other one takes over. Okay. Yeah.
So nini nakuchosha?
Ati nini nakuchosha?
Just for this short.
Can you do it?
No. Just things in a matter of just using the hands.
Your hands, you are seated and...
Can you just do your hands this way?
This way for nini? Kwanza
unakuwa ushakuwa na biceps tu umekunja tu mkono hivi bila kuchoka.
Hebu ambia ndio jina yake. Aseme inside language.
Hebu sema jina yako. Nilikufunza before tuanze. Umesahau?
I know that I love you thing.
I love you ndio ameshika.
Obviously. Watu wengi ni
I don't see. Come on, kazi nyingine ngumu.
It's there some because
fast
This is something you'll have to listen.
Yeah.
You use your ears. You digest the words. Huh? Ndio usipeane kitu wrong. To like that one when usikwe na misinterpretation.
Yeah.
You have to listen. Kulisten ni kazi, si kazi rahisi. Aya, kuna ile kuweka kwa akili, change to science. Like uifanye kwa science. Ama you take the, maybe mtu anaongea kwa Kiswahili. You interpret the term to English, then you portray it out
by doing the sign
by
language
doing
thing.
the sign thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe we have the broken English. Yeah. Let me use the broken English. We have the sign exact. Yeah.
So it's something that
sign exact English.
needs a lot of concentration.
Yeah, it needs a lot of concentration. So with that lazima utakuwa umechoka mentally na umechoka physically. Si ati ni kurusha tu mikono bila unafikiria.
Some break will do.
Some break will do.
Okay. Is there a misconception about interpreters that you'd like to clear up for them?
Misconception, kuna wale watu wanaamini ati interpreters wanadanganya. Ati hiyo kitu amefanya ni ukweli.
So you guys don't lie.
We don't lie. We do what's there, what is there. If you want to know, you are not lying. For example, me sometimes there's a group I normally like, it's kind of a session, learning session. So for you to know that you are not lying, you'll find that when you're doing that lesson, see, these people need to get whatever the trainer or maybe the person who is with them, they are understanding.
Yes.
So when you're doing that, you see that I'm doing something. So with that, automatically utajua tu this person is not lying.
So you don't lie.
For example, this thing came in a time ya mazishi ya Nelson Mandela. Sindio?
Yes.
So hiyo time kuna sign language interpreter fulani alikuwa ameweka hapo. So by the time walikuwa after hiyo matanga, wakaenda wakadig deep. Wakapata that this person was just doing his own things. So from there, people wanakuwa na hiyo mentality.
So that's where the mentality, the misconception was built.
So from there, it's when unapata eti, hawa watu ni kama wanatudanganyanga. Uko sure hiyo kitu unafanya inapanga ukweli. Lakini haikwangi hivyo. We do what?
kuna maybe place, I mean licensing for you to be a sign language interpreter to avoid out when you're wanadanganya.
Yeah, there is this. We always have a group as sign language interpreters. So you have to register.
Like just like
the media. By the government, no.
Oh, by the government, there's a policy which was being made, and also there's a bill ilikuwa imetoka. So the sign language interpreters, there's a way that they have to register, for you to be recognized.
Ndio alikuwa anasema ati naona kama sign language interpreters wake ni kama wanaongea hapa na wanafanya the same thing. How does that help?
Ati mtu ana sign lakini mdomo
unaona mdomo ni kama inafanya hivi.
So with that, it's called when you do the lip thing, they do lip reading. When maybe you are interpreting, and then there's also the person you are interpreting to, maybe is someone who can read your lips. So for some of them, they look at your lip and then look at whatever you are signing if it's the correct thing. Yeah. So when the person is checking on your lips, he'll be able to understand more.
Okay.
Yeah, because there are those people they will not look at the signing parts, but they'll read the lips. So they only read the lips when maybe these simple words, maybe you do further, they'll see that you've done further. Yeah, but kuna some zenye you can do the lip reading part, but they'll have to look at the signs. Yeah. So that one helps them to lip read. Yeah.
Have you ever felt like the interpretation imechange life ya mtu ama imechange experience ya mtu? Like umetoka tu mali, you ever felt like hiki kitu nilifanya maybe isha change life ya msee? Ama experience ya msee mahali?
Okay, interpretation. Actually, the way I do it all.
Yeah, like I'm talking generally.
Mhm.
Since you started doing interpretation, this sign language interpretation, have you ever felt like it has changed someone's life or someone's experience? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it do changes people's life in different ways. It can change your life financially.
Now someone
Yeah,
ya mtu life ya mtu
life ya mtu mwingine
life ya mtu
apart
mwingine
from me,
apart from you
me
now.
mwenyewe.
Yeah.
See, it can change life ya mtu cause maybe the person ako kwa a certain conference, maybe they are being taught on how to take care of themselves, or maybe they are being taught on how they can report some issues that they have, or maybe these cases like gender-based violence.
Of which you've done.
So maybe if they go to those training and you are there, they'll be able to understand what's going on, and they'll be able to, in any case they have these issues, they know the best way to do it. So with that, it will help this person's life. It will change their life because the person will be able to know whatever he or she is supposed to do. Yeah, for him not to be affected. Yeah.
Okay. Sign language interpretation. What advice do you have to those people that always think now students, should I say students or the upcoming people, like they think those who just think of becoming doctors, becoming teachers, becoming journalists, you as a sign language interpreter,
Okay, what I
can
can
you tell them?
what I can tell them, this is something quite interesting because you'll be able to communicate with the silent world, and also you'll be able to know a language which not many people knows. Yeah, so it's a good thing to have it as a skill, and also I like maybe to say that it's a language which should also be involved in subjects in school, because these people we stay with them in the community, we have them in the society, at workplace we can meet them. So at least if you have those skills, the sign language skills, you can be able to communicate to them. For inclusivity, I prefer everybody should know sign language.
Is there something you ever wish that a government should do for the sign language interpretation side?
Sign language interpretation.
Yeah, that maybe or
sign language interpretation. So sign language.
The special needs. When it comes to special needs, now sign language interpretation, that you always wish that the government can do this so that this happens. Maybe there's someone watching from the government.
Okay, something which I can see for the deaf community, the government should maintain this.
Any message to the government?
This which was moving in the disability inclusion, disability inclusivity at workplace. It is 5%. Anywhere, any workplace, there should also a person with disability. So they have to work with that. They have to maintain whatever they said on writing. Let it be an action. Because you find that it was said it should be there, but in most cases, these people, they are still lagging behind in employment. Yeah. So they need to do it. The action needs to be there, not just on writings. Yeah.
Have you ever wished of doing sign language interpretation, maybe outside the country? Yeah,
sure, I have that wish. Though I'm not outside country person, but I wished, because with the sign language, if you work with the UN, it's very much easier to go outside the country.
But how do you balance sign language interpretation with being a teacher and with being a journalist at the same time?
Okay, so as I said, I did special needs education. So if you do special needs education, you are a teacher.
Okay.
Professionally, you are a teacher. But my side, I never wanted to be in the school side, that field of teaching. So that's where I diverted to be as a language interpreter. Yeah.
So all this you do at the same time?
Yeah.
As you
So-
based on
so-
language impression.
So in parts of being a teacher, I do tutoring for sign
Oh,
language.
right. I get
Yeah.
it.
Hapo
Ji-
mbele umesema iti at least everybody should learn sign language. Don't you think bubu ni wachache?
They're not few. These people are not few.
Mimi like it's now 1 year sijaiona bubu.
Do.
These
Doing.
people are not few. I remember when I was when I'm doing the sign language on TV, there's a colleague of mine who used to say, hiyo kitu unafanya unajua hata kuna mtu mwenye ana watch.
Wow.
Hakuna bubu ana watch the interpretation. Lakini vile nilienda field unapata bubu the deaf
Deaf
there,
community.
yeah, they came and asked me like, are you also working on a TV? Are you an interpreter on a TV?
Yeah.
And I was like, where did you saw that? And then they told me like, we saw you on TV, Kanda TV. And then I told them, yeah, I also work on a TV.
Don't
So
you think
these
that-
people are there, they are watching.
Yeah.
You said that this thing should be in the syllabus. What was homework shule? Don't you think that you will lose your job? or something?
It's not a matter of fearing to lose my job or something, but it's a matter of being inclusive. These people, they need us also. When you know sign language, maybe for example, God forbid, but it's something that can happen.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm praying it or wishing it for it to happen, but it's something that can happen. For example, if you marry or if you're married and in future you have a kid who is deaf, don't you think this can help you to communicate with the kid? If you learn it now, don't you think it might help you in future for your kids?
It can help.
Yeah, so it's something that people need to have as a skill. The way you learn, ama wewe upenda kufanya computer.
At least
Kuna wale
isaidie
wenye-
pia
Yeah,
ule
kuna-
crush wake. Hakuna crush by the way.
Kuna hii point yenye unamaliza high school, wengine wanakimbilia driving, wengine wanakimbilia computer. I wish people also to kimbilia the sign language course because it might help you somewhere. Hata wewe mwenyewe kitu inaweza happen to accidentally na ukue deaf, so you'll be able to adapt easily. Yeah,
Right.
it's not a matter of sijui for the deaf people or for me to lose my job, but it's a matter of everybody to be included, or maybe for you, maybe ikusaidia hapo mbele, you never know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all. That was life behind the hands of a sign language interpreter with Pinky. You can call her Bella, right?
Yeah.
You can call her Bella or Pinky. So as we
have a game here that is called This or That. This is whereby I will be mentioning things here, so these people will be watakuwa wanachagua is either this or this, and they have to explain the reason why they choose a certain
is there
thing.
both?
You cannot choose both. You have to choose one
Yeah.
with a good reason.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the entertainment, and this goes to is either a rumba or reggae.
To who?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Who came up with this thing, ladies first? I need to meet that person anyway. Anywhere you go, ladies first.
Ladies first.
Why ladies first?
Because they're always first.
How?
Ladies. No. Me, I found it that way. I think we should change it. Ladies wamekuwa sana. Pia sasa sisi tukue.
Why not
Men
men
first.
first?
But you don't allow us. Even in talking. Okay, ushaikosana na msichana. Yaani ni yeye anataka amsikize.
So,
naturally,
that's
just
like,
wanna
it's naturally ladies
Yes,
first.
naturally,
So we just let them go first. Imagine unaargue na dem, unaweza mshinda.
Hauwezi hata wewe ndio ukue.
Kuna wanaume wenye huwezi argue na wao.
Huo mwanaume hawezi argue na yeye ni mama.
Najua mmoja. Najua mmoja.
Okay.
But sitaki kutaja jina. You know yourself.
kuna wanaume huwezi washinda kwa argument. Sasa hapo
Huyo ni mama.
sema tuwezi shinda. Mimi
Mama.
kwanza mi unaweza.
Mwanaume anafaa kusikiza, nyamaza kwanza. Bas, juu hawa wana hivi.
Si wote lakini anyway we proceed. Ladies first. You asked.
I asked about is either you choose rumba or reggae.
Whoo, you say no, not choosing both. Anyway, I go with reggae. Reggae why? Reggae why? You know reggae has some wisdom in it. When you listen to reggae, people say that you meditate with reggae. When you listen to reggae, they have a message. There's a way the words come out, you feel like yes, it's genuine. This is something which is informative. Very information iko hapo, unaifeel hadi kwa nerves. Yeah, so reggae iko na some wisdom in it. Yeah.
I won't change my mind. I'm a rumba person. Even if I don't get the word, but I just love rumba. Yeah, it's just cool. Yani ni una get the vibe too.
Do you understand whatever that you're saying there, or you are just there for that?
I don't care. I don't care about understanding.
Ubora umesikiza au unasikiza beats?
Kuna ile niachie hapo.
Lakini kuna wale wanasikiza rumba juu ya video.
Juu ya video, the video quality, how they dance, the beats.
And the vixen.
Ushaona vixen wa rumba wewe?
Unaona?
Ushaona ukacompare na vixen wa reggae?
Noma sana. Ningesema tu noma sana.
Kwanza ebu atuambie yeye.
Me I'll go. In as much as I don't understand whatever they sing and they say, I don't understand the language. I'll go for rumba.
Rumba.
Because if reggae surely. Unajua venye watu wanaimba reggae, they just sing anything because those beats can go with anything. I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth, and that is just reggae.
That's reggae.
But the thing is not making sense.
With rumba.
When you wake up in the morning, what do? Mtoto mdogo akisikiza hiyo kitu, like you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth. Nigga.
Rumba.
Nigga.
I'll go for rumba. Nikishasikia tu
reggae all the way.
Amor.
Hata ujui amor inamaanisha nini? Oh yeah, it would make sense hapa.
That's the funny part of it. Rumba.
No.
Rumba is just.
Kwanza
They can use rumba kukatia dem.
Edu rumba. Another thing. Nikwambia kwa nini? Yeye ndio sasa mwenye usikiza rumba juu ya vixen. Anyway.
Yeah, but that is entertaining. Imagine just sitting watching a reggae video, music video, and then everybody's just jumping.
You listen to the message, nigga.
Everybody's just jumping.
Listen to the message.
Compared to rumba.
Rumba, you just watch the video, but you're not getting anything. Yeah.
It is what it is.
I don't get entertained there.
Me.
Music video.
I have
rumba. Dem.
Ati kama una rasta.
Sasa nyinyi ndio wale kusikiza juu ya vixen. Tumalizie tu hivyo. Tumalizie tu hivyo. Wewe hebu niambie message moja yenye umeipick from rumba.
Sinakwambia ni check
one message from rumba.
Check them from rumba.
Sema hebu words that you used.
That's the word. Lakini nimepea tu vibe. Nilikuwa nimeka rumba kwa masikio tu. Yeah, una feel na get into the nerves. Them with a lot of confidence.
Reggae all the way.
Yeah.
Reggae.
Anyway.
So the next one is fun or AC.
Mayday. I wish I could play that music.
No, don't play it.
Okay, next time.
Either you go for fun or AC.
Fun or AC?
But you always say AC. Oh, air condition.
Haki ya nani?
Wow, karibu abant. Ati what's AC?
It's air condition. Thank God umenikujia haraka.
Karibu abant.
And we have an AC here.
But there are people who doesn't understand. AC, when you say AC,
what do you understand?
It can mean a lot of
different
words.
things.
Yeah.
It can mean
a lot of things.
Like
academic, no. It can
You're
be-
overthinking. So you choose between AC and
it's for fan or AC.
AC. AC why? AC covers the whole room. You know fan, kuna zile fan pia zile za kuweka, but hata ukiweka kuna some points haiwezi fika. Maybe uweke mingi. Maybe 6 kama ni room kubwa uweke 6. But with AC the
Kuna hizi the big ones, and then ni moja tu yenye ikipita tu hivi inakupepeta vizuri.
Lakini hiyo kitambo ikufikia. Ikupepeta.
Mimi
Yes, inaenda mbio. Yes, itakuwa inakupepeta regular kikisonga, but AC all the way. AC iko tu sawa kwa zina cover a wide range.
for safety purposes I will go for AC. Fan hivi ujui saa ngapi inaweza anguka itoke pale juu nini nika propeller hivyo inafanya.
And then another thing
as
with
much as I
fan,
can't afford AC.
another thing with fan, maybe kuna kaka fan ka portable fan unaiplace pale, maybe sometimes you umeketi pale, you need to move it. Sasa hiyo kumove
Si kuna zingine zinazunguka.
si inazunguka hivi, lakini haikufikii vile unataka. Si lazima tu utasongesha mali huko.
Okay.
Yeah.
You and you?
Me I'll go for
Fan.
fan.
Why? Why? Why?
Because AC unajua
You can't explain
I
yourself.
just like fun
Just like
tetea fan yako.
than AC, because unashikilia fan kubwa ambayo imeshikilia nyumba. You know the speed at which it goes. Ukikaa tu hapo chini na kupepeta. Ndio unajua AC unajua inaekwa kwa a certain place. So unafuata haifiki kwa nyumba yote. Like ukiketi hapo chini iweze kufikia in as much as ile ya fan inakufikia.
Unapenda kuniangusha, penda rumba na unapenda fan.
Unaona hata bila betetea fan inafika kwa nyumba yote. Aje sasa.
Ikizunguka hivyo it spreads everywhere.
No, AC inaenda kila mahali.
AC unajua ime point direction moja.
And then direction moja, yes, but ina cover the whole room.
Hapo kwa rumba tungeongeza wahanga kama nini ama readings basi. Japende fan.
Hapo kwa fan naye hapo. Enyewe.
Moving on swiftly is either coffee or tea.
Coffee.
Coffee. Coffee because coffee kwanza ukikunywa kama una made na reggae. Oh my god. Hey.
You love reggae but you don't have a rasta. You should be having dreadlocks.
Si lazima ukuwe na dreadlocks.
The big ones.
Uoni?
Ukwe kama fire jambi.
Hizo ni
Fire mama.
Fire jambi.
Fire mama jambi.
Fire mama jambi.
Yeah.
not ready up, but on a low budget.
These are low budget. These are China.
Pia nasikia breads ni expensive.
Yeah, very much expensive. Yeah. Taking care of dready is very much expensive. Anybody with dready, do at home to be expensive. Sijasema ti sasa mnifuate after hapa. Anyway, we proceed. Coffee all the way. Coffee
In as much as I love coffee, tea, I've been taking tea since I was born. I think since I was born up to. Ni ile tu maringo sasa tunapenda. Nilichagua rumba, nilichagua AC, acha nichague coffee.
For class.
For class I'll maintain.
For me, I'll go for coffee. Ngoja nichukue.
Umejaribu kurudi. Ulikuwa shaacha na kurudi.
I'll definitely go for coffee.
Why coffee?
You know, when I take coffee, I find myself niko active.
Yeah.
You know, and then when somebody is working at night, like unafanya the night shift, it keeps you awake.
Yeah, stimulate. Iko na steam.
So you don't get sleep.
I get it.
Very easily.
Another
one, we have text or call. Will you either be call or be text? Which one do you prefer?
Text. Oh God. Woo. Felix, go first.
Whoever is watching this, know that I love calls. Call me. I'm very poor in texting. Texting hivi. I prefer calls. Yeah, I love calls. I'm one person that ule mwenye akipatanga new number akimpigia look. I'll try and reach out. But I know there's a time coming when someone will be having my phone telling me someone is calling. I'm waiting for that time anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I respond fast to calls other than text.
Okay, text or call. I go with the text as much as the call is. Unasema na inaisha unamalizana nayo, but I prefer texting because of my career wise.
Yeah.
Sometimes someone can call you and maybe you go busy somewhere. So I do prefer text. If you text, I might see the text. Yeah, it's very much easy to operate with text or chatting because sometimes I might be busy. Unaweza call na nikose kupick, then inakuwa issue. So you better text and see the text and reply back the text. Because kuna some places I can't pick calls. Yeah, so you text.
So, kwa ule mwenye angependa kuangusha mstari.
Rusha kwenye text jamani.
Even me, I'll go for the text.
Text.
Just text me.
Don't bother you with calls.
Because mimi wanapenda, like, if it is not emergency, just text me.
Yeah.
I just want to reply to your message at my own time when I feel like.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
If it is not emergency, just text me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we wrap it up there. That was Life Behind the Hands of a Sign Language Interpreter with our special guest, Madam Bella. As you'll wish to call her, Madam Pinky. You can't miss to watch episode 5 of the Breakdown podcast. March is coming. Stay tuned. It's your boy here, Felix Onyango, with your G.
I go by the name Edwin Omamuga. Do not forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment.
Guys, continue commenting. We love how things are moving. Continue subscribing. We'll be bringing you content each and every time.
See
Peace
you.
out. Thank you.